this edition of School Dilemmas, what priority should be given to mentoring newly qualified teachers? The story, based on a real case study, involves an NQT who feels she isn't getting the support and guidance she needs from her mentor. But should the mentor give her more time at the expense of his teaching commitments? Although the dramatisation reflects real events, we're not, of course, using the actual people or school involved.
My first day as a teacher, I remember the excitement, the anticipation, the fear. The first person to meet me was my mentor, Patrick, Paddy to his friends. He made me welcome, settled my nerves, and made sure I survived the first day of my teaching career.
Hi Christine, welcome.
Hi, nice to see you again.
And you. Hope you brought everything you need. Pens, books, crash helmet, riot shield.
Apparently the only thing I've forgotten is my sanity. People keep telling me I'm mad to become a teacher.
Well, if you're not crazy by now, you will be by the end of term. Let's I'd mentored Christine during her teaching practice. She was a graduate, bright and confident. If anything, she was a bit too sure of herself, a little bit cocky.
Okay, well, in terms of setting the scene for a story, what sort of things can you do? During my first term, Paddy continued to be supportive and positive. He observed 2 of my lessons and gave me constructive feedback. What else do we need to introduce to make the story exciting?
Suspension and tense.
Well done.
Her teaching was okay. She had a good presence in front of the class. She knew her stuff and was clear and concise. But she lacked that spark that really engages all the class.
That's gothic. Why is that different from a normal story?
Still, it wasn't enough to be hard on her.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be negative.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or is that the wrong attitude? Should mentors be blunt from the outset? Wouldn't that knock the NQT's confidence?
Yeah, go ahead.
Describe the surroundings.
Yeah. By the middle of my second term, I got the distinct feeling that Paddy, instead of mentoring me, was avoiding me. He hasn't observed a single lesson since last term, and I've only received 1 review of my progress. I feel I could do with the guidance, quite honestly. So what should I do next? Don't say drop him a line. He hasn't responded to any of my emails. I know I should go and see him, but it's just that every time he sees me, he disappears.
Chris started bombarding me with emails. I hadn't forgotten her. I just had plenty of other work that I had to get through. And I do like to get home, occasionally.
Oh, I was wondering when you were going to observe another one of my lessons.
Look, you can see how busy I am.
Yes, but it's been weeks since you last observed one of my lessons.
I am under pressure, you know.
I decided to persevere, and a week later I managed to track him down. But when I pressed him a little, he got aggressive. He told me,
if you want mothering, you can go back home. I had to tell her straight that she'd have to cope or get out of the profession. But then she had the cheek to tell me,
you know, you agreed to be my mentor. I'm just asking you to do your job.
should I stand for that? Should I go after her and confront her? I was right to be hard on her, wasn't I? You know how tough the job can be.
I had to speak my mind, didn't I? Or am I just supposed to grow a thick skin in this profession? Sorry, can I just have a quick word with you while you're passing?
I'm actually in a bit of a rush, Chris. I've got other things.
The next time I found him, I was armed ready with a copy of the TDA guidelines on mentoring. 6 progress reviews, 3 formal assessments, at least 6 observations. I haven't had any of these.
Well, it's still the second term.
He told me he would fulfil his responsibilities, but I'm not so sure. One thing is certain. He doesn't like me anymore.
This isn't the only part of my job that I do. Can you believe her nerve? She confronted me in the corridor with official guidelines. How I didn't explode, I don't know. Having you wave guidelines in my face isn't really going to help me. Anyway, I assured her she would get her reviews and her feedback, but I still wanted to put her in her place.
What you were supposed to have done?
I'm not going to be there every day to be able to hold your hand through every process.
Was I right to confront him with the TDA guidelines?
Should I complain about the way she confronted me?
Am I expecting too much from my mentor? Shouldn't I just be getting on with my job? Okay, Paddy, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow?
Perhaps. And would you not call me Paddy, please?